All right, cheers, guys. For me and my empty cup of coffee here, I just realized right before clicking record, there's no coffee in here. Either way, cheers, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in as we're about to go over Opendoor stock, which, as of right now, as we're in the middle of Power Hour, Opendoor stock, well, is up barely 2 cents, what, a quarter percent, as the overall stock market is green. The S&P's up 0.1, QQQ 0.5%. Same with the Russell, over that actually. And the Dow's up a quarter percent. So pretty good day for stocks, but Opendoor, not a great day. Not a terrible day, but not a great day either. I would say, it's a consolidation day, flat kind of day, right? So let's dive into the charts here, go over what I'm looking at and where we could be going here in the short term based on the charts. And this is all my opinion, guys, not financial advice. Trade at your own risk. And feel free to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe, and let's get into it. So Opendoor, as of this point, is flat. It's flat. It's consolidating. We've ever since really Tuesday, we've been holding this $8 level. I'm not sure if you guys have really noticed that, but on Tuesday we kind of consolidated around 8. Sure, we did pop to 830. We went down to about 780, but for the most part, we were around 8 on Tuesday. Yesterday we popped to a good price, I guess you could say, 875. We saw some momentum, but we found our way right back to $8, right, at close yesterday, and today we've been all around $8. So we're consolidating, guys. We're building the base right here. And also, to play devil's advocate, I know I've been saying the bulls are in charge here, which they are still in charge. Let's keep it real. We're above the 180 SMA. We're putting in these higher lows, no doubt, and at the same time, lower highs, right? You can see the wedge here, but to play devil's advocate, we do have an inverted cup and handle here. Do you guys see that on Opendoor? It's essentially it's a cup and handle, but the opposite, inverted. So it's the opposite, or it's flipped, right? So it's a bearish pattern. But again, in the grand scheme of things, we're still making these higher highs, uptrending, right? But it's something worth monitoring. It's something worth monitoring. And you guys might be like, wait a second, Stas, I've never heard of this inverted cup and handle. So I actually pulled it up here on Safari or Google for that exact reason, to show you all a little bit of a visual here, a little technical analysis lesson. So this right here is an inverted, if it wants to come down, here we go. So this is an inverted cup and handle, right? So you see the cup, the handle, and as of right now, Opendoor stock is pretty much at the neckline. Do you guys see right here where it says neckline? That's where Opendoor is right now. You know what I mean? If we go back to Opendoor's chart, you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, right? If we zoom in a little bit, we'll do a little side by side here. So you see this on Thinkorswim. This is Opendoor stock. Let's go back to that inverted cup and handle. Boom. Do you guys see that? It's pretty clear. It's what we're seeing on Opendoor right now. But again, the fact that we're still above the 180 SMA, still above, putting in a higher low, that gives me faith for the bulls, right? But that inverted cup and handle is something that we can't just not pay attention to. It's there. And this will play out. It would play out if we were to break. The reality is, guys, $7. If we took out $7.25, $7, broke through this moving average on the 4-hour chart here, being at about 7.25, that would be the inverted cup and handle playing out. That would mean, yeah, trend at that point is breaking, and there could be more downside, but we're not there yet. And I'm not saying for sure that's going to happen, guys. All I'm saying is watch it. Keep that on your radar and don't discount it. And the whole point of these videos, guys, is to break down the charts and kind of show you guys how to break down charts, what I'm looking at, and what we could be seeing in the future. And this is not financial advice. Obviously, I'm not telling you guys to, go buy this stock or go do that. And yeah, I know we have these, these sensational titles. It is what it is, right? YouTube, the social media game, it sucks, right? But it rewards the sensational titles. I could put, let's say, Opendoor update number 35 as the title of the video, and guess what would happen? It would reach a significant less amount of people, significantly less, right? And the point is to get the reach out there, get the word out there, to show you guys how to break down charts, the whole process here. And that's just the whole, social media game. We're not going to get into that in this video, but the point of these videos, again, is to show you how I break charts down. And, that's what I've been doing for years, right? You guys know that. And yeah, I mean, look, that's what we're seeing right now. And at this point, guys, Opendoor, I'm still not in it. I'm still not in it because it hasn't picked direction, We haven't seen the inverted cup and handle play out or the full breakout yet to the other side. So it's like, all right, we're going to have to wait. It's a patience game. So I'm going to set some alerts. I'm going to put an alert at, let's say, $7.50. Mark is at or below. And then I already have two alerts. It looks like $8.75, $9 as well. I'll do another one, might as well, at $8.50. So what do you guys think? I mean, do you see my thought process here? When you're trading stocks especially, it's best to wait for confirmation. Draw the charts out, see what you're seeing, right? Or, break down the charts the way you see them, and wait for the confirmation, whatever that may be for you and your analysis. In this case, again, we have to wait for that break out of the wedge, 850, not 875 at least. I want to see it break out of there, $9 preferably, and that's where momentum could build up. That's what I'm looking for. Now you guys got to figure out what you're looking for, right? But that's pretty much it for Opendoor. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and guys. Let's talk about some other stocks here. In particular, Circle. Oh my goodness, guys. What did we say a couple weeks ago? Not even, well, I guess we did say it a couple weeks ago. But we also said it like a week ago. Not even, we talked about Circle Internet Group. I noticed the bullish divergence starting to form here. The stock's down a lot from recent highs. It still is. It's down 15% or 50%, 50 from all-time highs. But it's starting to break out, up 17% on the day, guys. And I don't even think we have a catalyst. Maybe I'm missing something. Circle Internet, that was a couple of days ago. They signed a memorandum of understanding with Deutsche Börse to expand stablecoin market in Europe. I mean, that could also, that could have, it's pushing the stock most likely. JMP Securities initiates coverage on the stock with market perform rating. So, that was 2 days ago. So I don't know if that really sparked today's rally, or maybe it's a delayed reaction. Either way, the stock's breaking out. This is what we've been waiting for. And it's not too late. You might be like, oh, Stas, it's up 16%. Is it too late? Not necessarily. I don't think. Now is where we're seeing the start of the breakout. We're just now starting to take out this downtrend. We're taking out the highs just barely from the middle of September, 145. Now we're at 151. So, guys, this looks pretty good. I think this rally could have some legs. And sure, we might get some pullbacks, but Circle Internet Group is one that I'm looking at here. If you notice, if I draw this trend line out, this thing held pretty nicely above those highs right after the IPO. So right after the IPO, we got to about $125 like that. And you'll notice this pull down right here. Where did we find support? Pretty much at 125. We got under it a little bit for a couple of days. We got to 110, 115, sure, but we recovered back over 125. Now we're seeing this breakout, and the real key here is, again, the bullish divergence, but the fact that we consolidated over that IPO, post-IPO high, and we're bouncing off of it. And man, this stock went crazy. It went from 65 to 120. Essentially, it doubled in a day or two. Then it went to 300. So it got the much needed cool off, consolidation for a good month and a half. Now we're starting to break out on heavy volume. That's a good sign. You know, we're not breaking out on light volume. We're breaking out on heavy volume, taking out those highs from last month, and honestly, from what we're pushing now, the highs from August. So I like the way this is starting to go. Break out, guys, and I'm going to be watching it for sure in the short term here. Very good day for Circle CRCL. And yeah, with that being said, good spot to wrap up the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, and check out the Patreon if you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio. You guys get to see stocks I'm buying, investments, trades, options, moves. Every week, we're putting in money every week, $500 every Monday, and we're buying stocks, and we're building up this portfolio, guys, and you see all the moves. There's also a Discord. There's more, perks in the Patreon, so check it out. Link down below, pinned in the comments as well, or go to stasurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.